Hello boys and girls, Demonizer here, and today, well, I'm going to torture you with a video on something a bit, gross. If you want to walk away now, feel free. But for those of you feeling masochistic, well, get comfortable, because we're going to watch a video about some guy talking about periods. That's right, the female menstrual cycle. Don't say I didn't warn you.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining Andrew Marlowe TV.
How you doing?
I do apologize for not uploading the past 2 days. That's actually pretty rare for me. Just been super busy at work, super busy answering comments and what have you.
Well, I don't really watch this channel, so whatever.
So let's get straight into the topic of this video. We got an awesome question from a YouTuber named Short and Curvy Vegan.
By the gods.
Thank you so much for this question, and the question goes as follows. What about a video on your thoughts about the way society makes women feel about their menstrual cycles? It's either gross, unclean, or some sort of medical condition that shouldn't be talked about, and how many are ashamed of it instead of it just being a natural process for our bodies that almost all women go through.
Well, technically it is a natural process. That's all women go through. Wait, there's no technical about it. It is a natural process. But at the same time, it's blood. Not a lot of people like blood, and I hate to break it to you, but not a lot of people are fans of seeing some woman having a bloody crotch. I mean, it'd be like a guy if he got a cut on his arm, just letting himself bleed out. It's all over his shirt, right down his arm, and anything his arm kind of rested against or his hand. And it's the same thing. But let's see what this guy has to say about it.
You came to the right place because I'm super passionate about a woman on her menstrual cycle.
You what?
I'm not going to sit here and claim to be an expert about the menstrual cycle. I don't know exactly what's going on inside of a woman's body when she's having her menstrual cycle. I just know.
Well, it's easy. You just Google it. As I'm demonstrating. Cycle. See, here we go. A few websites here. Yeah. So you don't, even if you don't know, you can always just read about it. It's not that hard. But anyway, let's get back to you.
From my past relationships and just from my fascination.
And yes, there is a bit of a delay. Like, I don't know, I think it's my computer. Yeah, but still.
And my passion for women in general, this topic just really excites me because I think it's interesting. And I think going back to Short and Curvy Vegan's question, the way that society has
that name always makes me shudder.
Of perpetuated the menstrual cycle, it's almost like women have been burdened with this idea that it's somehow gross or that it's somehow unnatural or it's somehow not right that they have their menstrual cycles. And that
well, feminism says, yes, you must love your menstrual cycle. You must embrace it. It is your right. You have to bleed everywhere. Yeah, and everybody's there. No, hey, I get that you're on your cycle, but don't bleed everywhere. Come on.
That's completely the opposite. Woman's menstrual cycle is amazingly, perfectly natural, and it's amazingly wonderful. And I would encourage any of the men that are out there watching this video to be open-minded to connect with the woman that you love on her menstrual cycle, because it's going to
come again?
Put your relationship to a whole new level of trust and bonding and just overall passion and overall respect. If we look at the way that society and the way that, a lot of men sort of view a woman's menstrual cycle, it's really unfortunate because I think women, they need that love and respect and, support system during their menstrual cycles. I mean, for lack of a...
Well, they do get that love and respect. We love you, we respect you, but we're gonna keep our fucking distance because we know you could have a mood swing and could start swinging at us. So you could be grouchy, you could be emotional. No, nothing we seem to do seems to help. So yeah, just leave you to it.
Better word, the woman is sort of losing her ability to reproduce, and that's a grieving process. And I've often said this to a lot of different women in my life that if I could, I would take their periods for them, and it's because I want to feel what that's like.
No, you don't. No, you don't. I know I've only been given anecdotal evidence, but from what women have said about being on their periods, it does not sound fun. The cramps, The pains, the mood swings, things where you're bizarrely hungry one day and then the sight of food makes you want to vomit the next day. No, it does not sound good at all. It sounds like something you should just keep the fuck away from.
Having a female inside of me, it kind of sucks that I...
Female inside of you? What do you mean, female inside of you? What, like a woman puts a finger inside of you, or... Oh, you like being pegged, don't you? You take a pegging. Is that what you're implying? I mean, if it works for you, I guess. Yeah.
Can't exactly feel what a woman feels like to have the menstrual cycles, to have all the the mood changes and the physical altercations, the pain, the cramps and the bleeding and the vomiting. So if I could, I know it sounds crazy, I would put
it does.
myself in that woman's shoes so I could feel what that feels like to actually be a woman, because in essence, having a menstrual cycle, the main features of being a female, obviously every woman gets her period. So I'm not exactly sure why this ideology has sort of popped up in recent years that women should be sort of shunned and women are not good enough while they're on their periods. And
it's not shunning them, it's giving them their space. Some women just want their space, and for the most part, it's just a smarter option to do, because trying to do anything just seems to make it worse.
In my opinion, it's the exact opposite. There's nothing unnatural about a woman's period, and I think society tries to do their best with advertising and female hygiene products and chocolate and
Well, the hygiene's just to mop up the blood. No, the chocolate is just to calm them down.
All this kind of superficial stuff to try to help women cope a little bit better emotionally and physically during their periods, but they're not really particularly making women feel better about themselves on their period. Now obviously every woman's got a different type of mindset, and a different type of reaction when they're on their menstrual cycle. I mean, I remember my mother would say that she loved her period because she just felt all these different emotions. She felt almost stronger to a point, even though
she told you how she felt while she was on her menstrual cycle. Seriously. Who does that?
she was physically weak, her spiritual level and her mental level was sort of elevated during the menstrual cycle. And I think it's important for women to sort of maybe look at it like that. I remember reading a lot about different religions and how women were treated during their menstrual cycles. And a lot of ancient Native American cultures would almost kind of, the women would be sent off to sort of, you know, be on their own during their menstrual cycles to sort of spiritually grieve, so they couldn't, you know, sort of like infect, you know, their local families or communities or other women that were not on their menstrual cycles with their sort of corrupted menstrual cycle energy. And from my
I think it has nothing to do with menstrual cycle energy. It's more, oh, it's that time of the month, all right? Just go over there, you know, you go through what you have to go through. We'll be over here. You know, you have your space. You get to cope. You get to do what you have to do, and then you can come back, and everything will be fine. We just don't want you around because there's no telling what could happen.
Point of view, I don't think that's right. I think that's cruel. I think it's, you know, I'm not trying to ditch, you know, Native American cultures. I have an enormous respect for ancient Native American cultures, and obviously not every ancient Native American culture did this.
And yet the SJWs are still going to roast you on Tumblr.
But I think that it just goes to show you that ideology that women are somehow, you know, creepy or dirty or need to be sent off somewhere. They need to be, you know, dislocated from society or from their loved ones, from their family, from their partners during their period is just,
they just need their space. That's it. Reading a bit too much into it.
It's just not true anymore. You can really stop to think about it. An important thought that just popped in my head is just the fact that we are a product of a woman's menstrual cycle. I mean, a woman, you know, obviously if she's pregnant, you know, she gives birth to you. But when she's not pregnant, you know, obviously when a woman doesn't become fertile, when she's not producing babies, she's going to have this type of menstrual cycle unless she's got some type of physical condition, or maybe she's on birth control or something. That's another interesting topic.
Or she just doesn't want one.
A lot of women nowadays, you know, they want to get on the birth control, they don't want to have periods, and that's just, I think that's so you know, a lot of women have reasons for not wanting their periods, obviously, because they have really heavy periods that physically and emotionally drain them. And
or they just don't want them, or they just don't want to go through all the bullshit. And it's like all the pain of throwing up, all the stuff that you and I both mentioned.
you know, they bleed so much. Maybe they've got medical complications where it's better off that they either don't have a period or maybe have a little bit easier time with their periods. But I think it's just, it's almost like cutting off a little part of your femininity. It's almost like cutting off and throwing away a little bit of your what it means to be a woman. I just remember being like a child, and you know, my mother would talk about being on her period, and then as I got older, you know, I had girlfriends that talked about being on their period.
What? What? Who does that? What woman talks to their son about their fucking period? What woman does that? No, no, hey mom, what you doing? Oh, nothing, just on my period. Oh, really? I want to know about it. Well, that's great. Guys, you're gonna sit there and fucking listen to your shit. Mom? Sorry, it's the mood swings. I didn't mean to snap at you. I didn't. Oh my god. It's okay, Mum. I want to learn. Well, you better fucking learn, you little cunt. Yeah, and talk about periods with your girlfriends. What a great way to enjoy an afternoon. She's bleeding, she's snarling or tearing up, and you want to talk about it. For fuck's sake.
And it never once crossed my mind to shun these women or to think any differently of these women. If anything, I thought more of these women. I revere these women even more because they were going through that sacred, almost sacred ceremony each time.
You're putting a bit too much stock in menstrual cycle, just saying.
The month, and I knew that they were going to need even more of that extra boost of emotional and spiritual love, basically. And I think
spiritual? How are you going to do it spiritual? What, you're going to rub a crystal on their crotch?
My past relationship, I just remember how wonderfully and beautifully and passionate our lovemaking was while my girlfriend was on her period. That's the true dedication of someone who loves you, is that they can be dedicated to you and make love to you on your period.
Okay. If you got a blood fetish, I guess that would work. Or menstrual blood makes good lube. Or you're just one of those guys who believes that they should love their girlfriend every day of the month. Yeah. I don't think orgasms really help women with their periods. I might be wrong, but, okay then.
We've got all this stuff in society like red wings and just little stereotypical demeaning things. They're little jokes like that, but they sort of demean the act of men attempting to be physically intimate with the women that they love during their periods.
Yeah. Or it's just for fits and giggles. Oh, jeez. You went down on some girl when she was having a period? Yeah, I fucked her too. Yeah, you've got your red wings.
Not all that abnormal for a man to want to make love to a woman on her period, but I think women have this ideology that it's unheard of, it's so uncommon, and I keep saying men, but obviously...
Or it could just be a moment of, get the fuck away from me, I'm bleeding, I don't want you anywhere near me. Or if we're going to do it, it's just going to get worse. No, I need to put towels down, and no, it's just going to make an absolute mess. Just no. No, there could be that train of thought.
This could go for a lesbian couple as well. There's nothing wrong.
Oh, yeah. Vampire lesbian orgy.
Wrong with connecting with a woman during her menstrual cycle. It's a beautiful, amazing thing. And as you guys can see, I can't really put it into words because it's just so beautiful and it's so intimate and it's so sensual.
And I think, again, you're just reading too much into this.
And it's obviously very sexual as far as the lovemaking is concerned. You really get to feel the essence of the woman that you love. You get, when you're seeing her blood, when you're feeling her blood, when you're smelling her blood, when you're tasting her blood.
What?
It's almost like you're ingesting a part of this woman's essence.
Or you're just ingesting her blood.
She's not any less beautiful, she's not any less sexual or...
Yeah, she's just bleeding, for fuck's sake.
Sensual when she's on her period. Maybe if she doesn't want physical contact on her period, then that's her choice, and, obviously I would respect that. But
let's hope so. Seeing how you've just gone about how sensual and sexual and this and that's about it. It sounds like as soon as she's bleeding, you're friggin' right there between her legs.
But I am totally down to be with a woman on her period because I want to feel what that's like with her. I can't really feel it for her because obviously I'm a man and I don't have a menstrual cycle.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
But it does allow a man to connect a little bit better and to gain a better understanding of what what a woman goes through during her period. When a woman is on her period, for me, if I'm in a relationship, I will constantly cater to this woman's needs. I will constantly study her and scrutinize, not scrutinize in a bad way, but I'm always keeping a careful eye and just absorbing all this information that this woman is giving me about her menstrual cycle.
And possibly kissing her feet while he's at it,
So that next time I can better respond to it. Next time I can be more aware of maybe when she's getting it, when her period's going to go. I mean, my ex-girlfriend, I just remember like going to the store and getting pads for her. But I was so in love with this woman that I actually kept one of her blood-soiled period pads. Like, I kept it for about 1.5 years after we dated.
What? What the fuck is wrong with you? What is wrong with this guy? Keeping your ex-girlfriend's blood-soaked period pad for 1 year after you've broken up. Hey, cowboy, I think I figured out why she's your ex. You're there fucking coddling with a blood-soaked period pad. And she's looking at this going, what the fuck is with this guy? That's it, I'm out. No, he worships women on their periods. He talked to his own mother about it. When she was on a fucking period, and there he is with one of my blood-soaked period pads. Yeah, but let me guess, it's totally normal, right? It's not a problem. You're not weird, you're not creepy, you're not some sort of bizarre blood fetishist. God!
Hard for me to let go of this particular woman so much more because we had connected in her menstrual cycle, and I think it's.
And what the fuck is with all these jump cuts? Just stop! For the love of God. Ease up on the jump cuts. Fucking hell. I mean, it's already bad enough you were talking about that's how you kept your girlfriend's blood-soaked pad. But every time you, speak, there is, a jump cut. It's getting annoying. Very quickly.
It's a little bit risky because for me personally, I get even more physically, emotionally, and spiritually attached.
Or, a bloodborne disease. Those are popular.
And it makes me worship these women even more if I can connect with them during that special time of their menstrual cycle. So there's really no reason in 2016, almost going into 2017, that we should have any sort of taboo viewpoints or ideologies towards a woman's menstrual cycle. If it wasn't
aside from, hey, don't get your blood everywhere.
For a woman's menstrual cycle, I wouldn't be sitting here in front of this camera talking right now, recording this video. And thank you so much for watching this video, guys. And until next time, really embrace your menstrual cycle. It's a beautiful thing, it's a natural thing, and it's perfectly, gloriously, amazingly wonderful. We'll see.
Or, you don't have to. Or you could just not talk about it. Or, if you're fine with having your period, have your period. If not, don't. There are ways. It's up to everybody else. I don't get why this guy is worshipping women on their periods. Or just... I'm sorry. I still can't get over the whole blood-soaked pad thing. I can't. There's always weirdos out there. And, well, this is coming from some guy who enjoys some pretty fucked up shit. Anyway, I mean, I can understand if you like blood, and it does something for you. It's your kink, go for it. Alright, but doing something like this, announcing to the world how you worship women on their periods, it just seems a bit odd. And again, blood-soaked pat, and being kept for 1 year, totally fine, you fucking freak. Anyway, time to end this awkwardly as I always do. This has been the Demonizer. Try not to do anything weird with your periods. Otherwise you may make it a huge mess or become one of those bizarre feminists who think that period blood is art. And now that's scary. Ugh. Anyway, take care of yourselves. Goodbye, boys and girls.